What's up YouTube, it's FitzBro and this is a build order breakdown of the Abbasid dynasty for Age of Empires 4. Now this match features an Abbasid mirror on a map that has some pawns and some water options, which is a popular type of map to choose this civilization. For the player for this round, I selected a build by GiveUAnxiety, who's one of the top players on the ladder, and I know whatever he's doing in this build is certainly going to be very powerful. Okay, let's get into this and see how he opens his game. Okay, so this is a common map. We see players decide to go with the Abbasid dynasty, mostly because there is pawns on in the corner, and there's this big water pond in the middle. Now, why do you pick the Abbasid dynasty for this? It's because they have cheaper docks. Their docks only cost 75 wood, half the cost of others. So he has opened up. He put 4 villagers on wood. One looks like is building the house right now. Now you see he's actually split his villagers and only has one actually finishing the lumber mill, so he's able to maximize that chopping time. And he has just his new villagers going to food, so he'll have just enough food to keep villager production going while being able to, what we can only assume is going for a dock. And you can see here, he pulled off one of his beginning villagers right out of the gate and walked to the corner. This is a map where you can count on there being a pond. Now the ponds don't always spawn even. As you see, there are deep water fish on his enemy's side, but nonetheless a nice place to start. And you can assume he'll probably go for the middle water too, but doesn't need to if he doesn't want to. So we'll have to see what he decides to do here. Okay, so he has his original 5 villagers on wood. He's now going, his new villagers are going to be going to, it looks like he did 3 on food. He's okay, he's one villager doing shore fish who built a dock. So it's a total of 4 on food, 5 on wood, and now that'll be 6 on wood with that new villager. It looks like he has his new villagers currently rallied to wood. So to recap, initial villagers went to the wood line, but the lumber camp and a house. He split them between the trees, sent one down here to build a dock. He is now getting the shore fish, and now he is training out fishing boats. Remember, those docks of the Abbasid dynasty, they only cost 75 wood, so you're at an advantage on a map like this. Now, his opponent, who's also playing the Abbasid dynasty, has gone for the mid-map dock, so it'll take him a little longer to get his water boom going. So maybe that'll be the trade-off here, and perhaps I could see GiveUAnxiety expanding it there later. We'll have to see what he does in this build. Currently, all new villagers being rallied to wood. There's initial 3 still on food, and he has new docks, new fishing boats all going to food right now. Okay, now just about the 2-minute and just under a 30-second mark, he had enough wood saved up and has thrown down a barracks. I can assume he's probably going to go out and try to harass an enemy dock. Now, I know I've played against GiveUA, and he has done something similar against me, because you can count on your opponent is probably investing their resources on a dock and might not be accounting for some early pressure. So he is going to be training up some spearmen and going out to harass this dock very early on, which will be very nice if he can negate his enemy's water boom, albeit a later water boom, in fact, since he did have some extra walking time. Now he's going to need to drop a second house. It looks like he's doing that right now with that barracks builder. And that spearman is now coming out, going out there, and should have an easy dock to snipe if his opponent has not made in military units. And you see his opponent has decided to go up with the House of Wisdom, while GiveUA is going to come out with the spearmen and going to start sieging this dock, and there will be nothing he can do about it. Back at home, continuing to train some fishing boats. It looked like maybe he just canceled some. I think he had some in queue and he maybe canceled them. He decided to go for a second barracks in lieu of the fishing boats. Maybe he's just really deciding he wants to go all in on his enemy's dock here. He has just enough food production. He even moved a few villagers, it looks like new villagers, to food to make up for the fact that he pulled back on his fish boom just a little bit. So right now he has a total of, he had 8 villagers on wood, or it looks like he's going to go 9 villagers on wood right now. He has 7 on his food back at the town center. I think he's just kind of splitting and just kind of filling it out as he knows he needs some spearmen. And now he's going out with his double racks and sieging down this dock. Now, his enemy, you can see, did invest in the House of Wisdom, which the Abbasid dynasty does need to age up, but does not have a barracks. So he is missing out on being able to defend this. And though he invested in these 5 fishing boats, they will be unable to return their resources once this dock is down. Now, it does look like he's planned and is trying to sneak a dock on the opposite shore, but GiveUA has out-tasked AoEbuilds.com, and he is already here with a scout to deny that second dock. And here we go, his second villager coming out to, or rather second dock coming down. Now, he's not looking to age right now. He's just training some Dark Age spearmen. Has still 8 villagers on wood, putting all new villagers on food, and just keeping production up on the spearmen, just trying to maintain this early map control. Now, it looks like this dock may get it down here, but GiveUA will be quickly harassing that. Now, his first dock is still alive, so he's been gathering food through all this and probably has enough to age up, I'd imagine. As we can see here, he is currently aging up. So while not able to actually stop the food income from the first age, he's putting some early pressures on these docks, and I can only assume we'll get the second one, despite maybe some military pressure from AoE builds here in the second age. So really liking this aggressive opening for the Abbasid dynasty, along with now a double dock. So he's going to have a great eco boom behind this. There we go. He just rallied his new spearmen to dock, and I would imagine these spearmen may even go and just harass back at home. Now, AoE builds, knowing that there's military out in the field and he's got some pressure, he's going for an outpost of his own, but that still will draw some idle time for these villagers if he does garrison inside those. Now, GiveUA just about, looks like about maybe the 6-minute mark or just after, did finally drop down his House of Wisdom, and will be going to age up. He's just now pulled off 8 villagers from wood and has gone to gold. So he's going to quickly get that gold he needs. Look at that. He almost has what he needs already to age up. So he will be right behind AoE builds here, and now he will have fully denied the water. And the question here is, now that AoE builds has lost that initial dock, it does look like he's trying to drop one in back, but he's losing this investment of these looks like 2, 4, 6 fishing boats. He was very sneaky with this northern dock placement, but wasn't unable to get the job done. So I think this is a very unique way to open with the Abbasid dynasty. You know, I would have expected maybe 1, 2 docks, maybe no barracks out of the gate, but deciding to put some early pressure down to spearmen, just a really great opening. And now he's going to have some flexibility, just to kind of keep his enemy pinned down. At this point, he's set the pace of this game. He's even picking off some villagers with these spearmen. These are low cost, not a big deal if he loses a few of them. Now, Abbasid Dynasty does have a great answer to these spearmen. They have the Camel Rider, which has bonus damage versus spearmen. You will see, look how much damage does this spearman. So these 3 spearmen definitely will be dying. But I think the economic gains that he has made will be worth it at the end of the day here. Okay, so continuing now, let's see, any more docks? He has not made more than 4 fishing boats on his initial pond, maybe realizing there was no deep water fish, and has instead been booming on the water. You can look at these AoE builds. All of these fishing boats are currently idle. And so he's got 6 fishing boats. Those things cost 60 apiece. That is a big wood investment for the early game to be missing out on. Not only that, but if he was planning on just using those fishing boats for food, he's now had to move villagers over to sheep and to berry bushes back at home. Now, he does have this Camel Rider out, probably going to pick off a few more spearmen, but he does have to really micro them. Unlike the Mangadai, these do have to stop when they shoot. And it looks like he did come out with some archers. Since he does have his archery range, he is going to start harassing these spearmen. But GiveUA is going to be in the next age, and we'll have to see how he decides to follow this up. Okay, he's just hit the second age. Looking at his res split, has a ton on wood, 22 on wood, probably because he's water booming and wanting to throw down some infrastructure. Immediately going for double archery range. So he's going to be going for spears and archers. Also going for some houses to support that population. And I would not be surprised if we don't see a ram push out of GiveUA here very soon. In fact, to see his blacksmith going down, I can guarantee you he's going to be getting the siege engineering upgrade very soon, so his infantry can build rams. Now, the advantage of the fact that he now knows, without even going, even though he got to the side of the base, he knows that AoE Builds has invested in archers. If he builds rams, the only way he's going to be able to kill those rams is with villagers. Now, look at this. What in the world is he doing here? Look at this. AoE Builds trying to sneak a dock, but just being denied at the moment by GiveUA. Not sure exactly what he's going for there. You'll probably have to check out AoEbuilds.com for more information about that. But right now, Spearman doing just fine against archers that have not been microed. And he finally has been able to get a dock back up. Maybe since he has been kind of pushed back by this singular camel archer. But now having 3 archer ranges of his own. And it does look like he's going for his own camel archers, probably just to have that mobility. And he's going to be chasing this camel archer down very soon. Now I'll see what he's researching back here. Yes, since he is going with some camel archers, opting to go for the steeled arrow upgrade first, followed by iron undermesh. So getting the attack upgrade for these camel archers. Camel archers en masse are very powerful. Not only are they good for getting out on the map and asserting some map control, but they are great for raiding villagers as well. And since AoE Builds was pushed off water early on, perhaps he can catch some straggler villagers going out to get some resources. Now he is going to scout that there is a dock here, and probably going to need to bring his spearman up to deal with him. Now on the other side, caught in a weird position with the spearman, but just going to move ahead, hopefully trying to probably catch up with this. Oh, look at this. We've got camel archers taking shots on these dows. Now, land units typically don't do amazing versus attack boats, but in this situation, since he does have his own Dow, he will be able to overwhelm this one. And look back here, it looks like AoE looked away, and these pikes were actually able to get a few archer kills out of them. So, you know, they've got plenty of value, not a big deal for him. Let's look at what's going on in his economy. 21 villagers right now. Now, back on his back pond, has not made any more than 4 fishing boats, which is probably good, not over-investing. But here in the middle, continues to pump fishing boats, but now also going for dows just to make sure he can control this water. And he should be able to kill this with his 3 dows. And actually sieging the scout. That scout will do the same torch damage. So we'll do some nice work there on that dock over time. Now, he doesn't want to stand under this fire with these camel archers. So you will see him pulling back. Let's see what's going on over here. So currently he has 19 villagers on wood, 23 on food. Now most of those are fishing boats. Does look like he does have 12 back at home. So about half of those are fishing boats. And new villagers are currently rallied to go to sheep. So just keeping that split between food and wood. He has 7 on gold. I think he's maintained just about 7 on gold throughout the second age to keep the production up of these. Well, what's he spending the gold on? Oh, it's for the upgrades he's been getting here. Okay, so each one of these cost 125 gold, so he's getting those upgrades. It does look like he's already got... I talked about the siege engineering upgrade. They don't need it. They're Abbasid Dynasty, duh. So just going for those early upgrades for his camels. And not only will those range upgrades impact the camel archers, they in fact will buff the Dow. You see it has 4... ranged armor right now, 4 versus ranged as far as his armor goes, and his range attack is a little bit higher since he did upgrade his ranged attack. So right now he basically just has a commanding economy. He has control of the middle of the water, has control of these deep water fish, which give him plenty of food. Back at home, it looks like he built a leapfrog of houses. I suspect so he could use so he could include that dock on his golden age. Very smart. You know, I've seen GiveUA do this before where he'll spam early houses. You see he has way more population than he needs right now just to get those golden ages, and is certainly a smart idea. And right now he should be winning these fights. He has more attack and more defense than the enemy camel archers. And from here, wiping out so many of the enemy units will just be very far ahead of his opponent. So I'm going to go ahead and speed this up to see if there's anything new that we can glean from GiveUA's build, other than the fact that he's just asserted military dominance. He does have 2 docks now on the water. I'm almost curious if he'll drop a dock on this side as well. He may or may not, but from here, he can just pump whatever unit he wants, walking in, able to get some raiding in on the enemy villagers and camel riders. He does actually get numbered at one point. Now, you see back here, his opponent has just about fished out the sea. He has a few more fish, but does have this one deep water fish that is going to help him out quite a bit. Let's see, back at home, he continues to have 23 on wood. He's currently 46 on food. So a lot on food. Pooling villas right now to go to, another wood line. So a lot on food. Just now reaching that second golden tier. And it seems to be just lots of camel riders is the move he's going for. Looks like AoE Builds did get some raiding down on his villagers. He tried to put a quick wall down, but was unsuccessful, losing a few villagers there. The camel riders continuing to push back and forth here. But looking at the tech up differences, AoE Builds has not gotten all of his tech upgrades for his camels. You can see GiveUA has everything that he would need for his camel riders at this time. Let's speed this up even a little bit more here. It's just kind of camel riders running all over the map. They're trading blows with the camel riders. But the difference in economy is going to be a big. If you look down here, you can see GiveUA is ahead by about 600 points, which this early in the game is quite a difference. He is actually now 1,000 points ahead of his opponent. And his opponent will be running out of resources. You see him pushing out from the wood, running out of food. He's actually expanding north, building a tower there. But GiveUA just has so many camel riders. Keeps running through, absolutely harassing his economy. He's actually can't even pull these villagers into all of these outposts if he does move up for a raid. And there we go. You see him doing that and just picking off all of these villagers with those camel riders. Continuing just to stream in more and more camel riders, throwing down more archer ranges. While his opponent has gone to the third age, he is just going to keep his economy idle for as long as he can. Oh boy, he's going to run north, and he does run into remaining villagers, and that's going to be all but GG there for GiveUA versus AoE Builds here versus Abbasid Dynasty Mirror. So, to recap what we saw him do there, he opened with an early dock on his nearby pond because he was able to get fishing boats out faster than if he had walked mid-map. Not to mention that map is unpredictable. How you're going to be able to get to water if you can get to the water, as we know how the spawn goes. And then he followed that up immediately with a barracks to get some spearmen out to harass the enemy dock. So though this was the Abbasid Dynasty Mirror, this might be a tactic you could consider against an opponent that you know is expanding early mid-map. Even if it is someone like the French who's going to have very strong ships in the second age, you might be able to get the spearmen out there and siege that down quick enough if your opponent is greedy enough. I hope you like this build order breakdown. For more conversation about the Abbasid Dynasty, I do have channels set aside in my Discord channel, which has over 1,000 active daily users right now. So come on in and discuss your different strategies, and I will definitely be digging deeper into Civilization in the very near future. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.